Where's it gone? Tube Studio. Where do we get the chat? Go there, pause that. If I can mute that, I can see. Oh, I got one watching, so I think that's live. Let's put live chat on. We'll just wait a few minutes because I've only just started the stream. I've got that terrible echo again. Hello, David Cruikshank. Just wait to see if one or two more join. Yeah, sorry, that echo is putting me off again, so just bear with me. It's not going to be a very long stream. I always say that on all my streams, Donna, but it won't be a long stream. It's just to go through some of the changes I've been doing to Alien on the Atari Lynx, to talk about some of those and to test it, I guess. It's not beer, it's just Coke again. So I'll try and keep an eye on the chat. In fact, let me try and detach it, if I can. Pop out. One of the problems with popping out chat is I was losing it. There it is, right. Let's widen that a bit. So, evening Lofty at 1. Ian Scott Johnson. So I'm doing some Visual Studio coding stuff. Pop onto YouTube to see Visual Studio Pro. I love it. Yeah, it's an old version I'm using for this. It's like, I think it's 2008. Stu Roro, hello. Lofty 1. Take it easy. Are you feeling handy? Yeah, I'm using handy there. Rastislav Zima. So beer rebadged as Coke. Yeah. Zero is Windows XP theme a troll? No, it's like I've got a lot of legacy development projects and putting them on a virtual machine here. I'm using Oracle VM VirtualBox is just the easiest way to keep those alive, really. You know, I've got some old other C projects. This is in C. So the development environment here I'm using CC65, which is like an open source development environment for some of these old 8-bits. So you can do NES stuff on it, you can do Apple stuff on it, mostly 6502 stuff, but it supports other processors as well. So let me just go, hang on, back to the chat. Man cave hobbies, not hobbies, they're like hobos. Evening Chris, hi, hope you're okay. Right, so let me just get the desktop back up. So I'll just do a clean and rebuild. I've been doing a few changes on this one to make sure it still builds okay. I'll talk about some of the insanity that is the code behind this. Yeah, the map has been updated, yes. Yeah, build succeeded, that's good. So, the Atari Lynx, if you're not familiar, it's got 64K RAM, but the cartridge obviously sits within the 64K address space. It's a 16-bit CPU. Well, a 16-bit address bus on it. It's actually an 8-bit CPU. So when you want to get data from the cartridge, I think it's paged in by SUSE, you know, the custom chip on the Lynx. And of course, they can't overlap at the same time. It's a bit like the problem you have with the C64. You know, you have to disable various things in the memory map in order to get a window into the cartridge. And I think SUSE does that via like a sort of legacy tape type interface that Atari developed. So you have to. The net result is, whilst you've got 64K RAM and you've got your cartridge, you end up having to, you know, close down blocks of that RAM in order to open up a window to the ROM for it to page stuff in. So you can't run code straight from the ROM like you can on the NES. On the NES, it's wonderful like that. That you're using mappers and things. You can just address so much space there. You're running straight from the ROM. On the Lynx, you've got to load it into RAM. So RAM is a bit of a problem on the Lynx. And I think memory serves the screen buffer something like, I don't know, 24K or 20K or something. So you lose quite a big chunk from having a double buffered screen there. Anyway, let me just have a look what I was going to show you. So one of the things I've been doing here is restructuring this code. I wrote this in 2013 in 2 weeks. I kid you not, the whole lot in 2 weeks. And I guess it shows because it is a little bit of it's always been a bit of a slow game. You can see there were some slowdowns there. And it makes heavy use of C. There's a little bit of assembly in there. Assembly. It's the echoing that's making me put myself off my speech. So because it was done in such a short period of time, I had some really crazy stuff in the code. If I just have a look through some of the segments here, let me get a list of segments up. Yeah, so the cartridge is split into lots of segments. You get some standard stuff that's built in, so you get the directory, the execute header, you've got the 0 page, you've got that ext 0 page, app 0 page, and near the bottom you get this stuff that's provided by C65 as well. So you've got the startup initialization area, you've got code, row data, which is read-only data, your data, where your variables and things are stored, and BSS, which I think is something to do with initialization of variables. I'm still not very clued up on one or two of these things. Let me just check the chat. Vincent Jar, hi. Riot Retro Gaming, Gadget. Hi everybody. Riot Retro Gaming, I really wish you'd start streaming again. I really miss the videos on your channel, really. You three guys were just so fun to watch, and you always did a stream on a Friday night, and it's kind of just, it was something to look forward to. I know you've sold all your stuff, but doesn't mean you can't. And I do know that from January you'd moved to a different area, but you could always like remote connect to the other guys there, and maybe do the occasional stream. That might be fun. Joe Sims, hey, hi, nice to see everybody who's joined. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, so these segments, you'll see now, these segments have sort of sensical names. So I've got like Alien 1E, that's the enhanced image for the first frame of the alien in the background. And then you've got the original one, which is based on the C64. And they have names here that make sense. Kid you not, this morning, these like bitmap 1, bitmap 2, bitmap 3, bitmap 4, all the way down to bitmap 40. And yeah, and it's the same with the code segments. These have been sort of named and renamed and moved things around, and it might just be an idea of just go back to the code and sort of show you the sort of thing I've been doing today, because I've spent a lot of this afternoon looking at this. Actually, it was not because I hadn't documented anything as I did it. I just threw it together. We ended up with all these segments called bitmap whatever and code whatever, and of course when you look at it for the first time since 2013, you're like, how the hell does this work? How did I make it work? There was no bytes. If you remember the previous videos I've done on this game, I had completely run out of bytes. So you would, anywhere in the code, you would add a single character or integer, and it would squawk at the bottom and say like bytes, RAM overflow, 3 bytes overflowed, kind of thing. You couldn't even add a single variable in. So I spent a lot of time tidying up the code, optimizing the code, cutting out inefficiencies and things like that, but also a lot of restructuring and a lot of renaming of things. And then just in the last hour, I've started listing for the 4 main code blocks here, including samples. That's something else. I added samples in yesterday. So that was a bit of a breakthrough, really. I spent all day Sunday trying to get samples working. I'm not sure how extensive I'm going to be able to use that at the moment, but I'll show you the sort of crusty way I've just forced a sample in there, and I'll talk about one or two of the changes I've done as well, because I didn't think I was going to do any more changes to this game, but there's obviously been a long time between 2013 and now, and there's been, I've always wanted to go back and to tidy up the code, if anything, optimize it a bit, and see if I could get samples working. So I figure I've done a few changes while I'm there as well, and I'll do a few more yet. So So Retro Game, hi, haha, the guys miss it too. Thanks, bud, missed the fun. This looks cool, bud. Cheers. Anthony Den, hi everyone, hi. Right, let's just. I'm just trying to think where to go now. Let's have a look. Yeah. So what I've done today is separate functionality into specific segments in the cartridge. So it's worth talking, I guess, about why I had to split this. Well, I've sort of mentioned that already in the fact that you've only got a limited amount of RAM, and every time you want to put something in that RAM from cartridge, you have to page in and page out. So you have what's called segments. So if we look at these ones at the top, these are the ones I'm interested in here. I made a note of these. You can see, hang on. Yeah, each one of those, this is start address is the first column. So those are all unique. Yeah, those do not change. They'll all stay resident all the time in terms of the RAM. This is in RAM, their residence, the start stuff, initialization. You have some code that is always in RAM. You have some data that's always in RAM, and these three things at the bottom are all data, really, just different types. But then beyond that, if you look at the this address here, 17FF, this I chose as quite a large, well, I say largest, it's about, I don't know, 20 or so K. Let's just check that actually. Let's just copy the largest one. What's that? It's that one there, isn't it? Copy. Yeah, you'd think I'd be able to do the arithmetic from hex already, but it's like I can't do it. Yeah, 12K, so it's not very big. So I've got a 12K block there that, as I was progressing through this, and I ran out of RAM really quickly before the game was even like a quarter complete, and I was like, how am I going to get around this? So this is where I decided to segment that the code so far and have that 12K roughly as like a block that I would page in and page out different chunks of code. And of course at that point when you do something like that, you've got to start thinking about the logistics, because if you've got like a main code loop and you just page in some, another block into there, in where you're actually executing from, the what's it called? The program counter's messed up. Yeah, you're pointing at a certain line of code, and then you've paged in a whole load of new code, banged over the top of where you are. So of course you get a crash. So there's a lot of. It was a nightmare trying to work that out, trying to separate everything into logical blocks so that things don't cause problems with each other. You have like controlling code in a block of RAM somewhere, and that never changes in order that you can page in and page out into a different area of RAM the main chunks of code here. So yeah, so like that first block there, you can see I've sort of logically split that. So we've got initialization rooms, initializing the alien, init crew, init items, init Jones. Jones is the cat, if you're not familiar with the film. Init the round, new game, fade palette. The fade palette routine, I'm only using that on like the intro and navigation between the main screens there. I think once you get into the game, that's not used, but I might change that at some point. It's got the title screen in there, the credits, initialization of color stuff, restarting the game, and the game over screen. But the beauty of that is, you see, you can load that roughly 12K block in at the start. In fact, that gets loaded in there at the start. And then once you've initialized the game and started the round, you don't need any of that code anymore, do you? So you just dump it and you go into code 2. That gets paged in place of it. And that has stuff for the menu, of interacting with objects and things in the game, crew actions, messages that pop up. Code there that I use to get the current selected character sprite. Again, that's making use of segments. So you've got these little icons that you'll see in a minute top left that represent a character. Originally I had them all in the one block of RAM, so they were just like loaded into the standard RAM. Well, of course those just eat the RAM away. You're only ever displaying one of the characters at a time as you flip through the different characters. So that was one of my first uses of segments. I thought, let's just split them all into their own segments. So you've got 7 crew, aren't there? Or is it 8? I forget. But anyway, you've got the 7 or 8 crew, and then you've got the enhanced version as well, so that's another 7 or 8. So I've got like 16, assuming there's 8. You've got 16 segments for that. And because it's only very small, you see, the overhead on SUSE of loading that segment in is tiny. It's negligible. You don't really notice it. But all of this segmentation stuff does add up. You know, I've got quite a lot of little bits here and there that get segmented. So the avatars are a good example how they're split into their own segments. And as I said, that's one of the first things I did when I looked at the segmentation. So that in that main code block, they got update the screen code, draw menus, draw background, draw foreground, drop items, kill crew, crew damage. Anyway, you can see them there. I'm not going to read them all out. And then we have another block that sits in the same place, 17FF, because obviously we had to try and squeeze music in. So in the title screen, I'm like, well, we don't need the initialization code, do we? And all the stuff to create a new game, or the game over screen, or even the title screen. That's got me thinking, actually, how does that work? Because the title screen, you have music on the title screen. I think, hang on, what I was going to say, I'm not sure now, actually. This is one of those mysteries. How is that working? Because the music is overlapping the title screen. That's weird. What I have done in other places, and I might have done the same thing there, this is the thing, see, I'm casting my mind back to 2013. Obviously, I could look at the code, try and work it out. But what I've probably done is load the title screen, and then... Yes, that's right. I've loaded the title screen. The letters, you've got A, L, I, E, and spell alien. They're already displayed. Yeah, it's just a palette thing. Each letter has got a different colour. Once you've displayed that, you no longer need that image. You don't need that image. You don't need to blit it back to the screen again, and you don't need it at all. I think that's what I'm doing. So then I've paged in the music into that same area straight over the title screen. But the title screen is still displayed. I'm being careful to not do anything to the image that's been displayed there. And then I think I'm doing a palette change to introduce the letters as they fade in. But the reality is there's no animation going on or anything like that. It's just cleverly, displaying the image, dump the image, bring in the music, and then play the music, and then change the palette. The image isn't technically still in RAM. It's just what's displayed. Anyway, let's launch this. I think I can show you that. Actually, I'll show you that now. Let's just go into here. Is it called title? Yeah. The next thing I need to do is separate all of the assets into folders because they're all in one folder, and it's just nuts. Yeah. So there we go. There we go. If I just maximize that, so you can see there we've got a different colour for each letter, and that was just like a really efficient way of doing that, and it allowed me to be able to get the music there. So just having a quick look at chat. The guys message. Oh, sorry, I read that before, didn't I? Anthony Den, hi everyone. Manitaban. So is this support the old 8-bit Alien game? Yes, it is. It is, and hopefully it's getting better. I've done some changes that I like. Mercury Vapor, evening all. Code is double Dutch to me. Anthony Den, is this assembly? Now there's a little bit of assembly, not much, but I might expand to use assembly where I need it. No wait, I played Aliens, not Alien. I've got news for you. After I've finished this, I have plans to do a version of Aliens for the Atari Lynx as well. Because now I can do samples of stuff, and I've sort of mastered the making use of space, segmentation, stuff like that. I think I could do quite a nice version of Aliens. It might be a bit more action-based than this, because this is obviously a real-time strategy sort of viewed from above. I'm thinking about, think back to the, is it US Gold did a version of Aliens, didn't they? Not the one where you've got like a first-person view and you scroll around the rooms and things and you shoot them. I'm thinking of the one where you had like different sub-games, the little characters like running around on the screen to represent the different parts of the game. In fact, it started off, didn't it, with a dropship where you're flying through the hoops and you've got to do the landing stuff. I was thinking of recreating that and adding some of the nice things that I've been able to do on this, like with samples and things, and I don't know. It won't look anywhere near as good as this does because the graphics on this were done by, was it 108 Stars? I think it was. So Keith McGee, hello all. Sweet catching a live stream. Yeah, it's unusual for me to do a live stream on development like this, but I've spent a few days, let's say, solid looking at this, so I thought, why not share it? Rather than do just a general update video, I can stream it as I go along, and if I do any changes, then not wasting extra time kind of thing, because I've spent so much time working on this now. Right, I'm rambling on. Where are we going? I've not eaten yet either. I need to get my tea soon, so I'm probably not going to be on too much past about 9 or just after perhaps. So yeah, one final thing I'll point out before I run this. You can see I've also been looking at the third column here is the size of each segment, and the segments that overlap, there's advantage in looking which one of them is the largest. So in this example here, you can see they all begin at 17FF. The largest one is the sample row data. That's where I put a sample in yesterday, the first sample. Now, that, interestingly enough, before my optimizations that wasn't the largest one. It was this one up here. It was, I think it was. Yeah, it was. No, sorry, it was that one. That one now that's 2F18. That was 30FE. I think it was quite large. So I've been able to shift a lot of things around, move some of the code out of there, put them into some of these sub segments down here that have got more space. So, and it's a similar thing here. I've been comparing this third column of these here, this third column here, and looking to see which is the biggest and shift some assets around. Because if your memory map's full, yeah, based on the largest of each of these segments, yeah, this is the thing, you get to the point where you've got no bytes free. If you're able to move something out of the largest of one of these segments and move it into one of the ones that's not quite as populated, that sits at the same address, suddenly you've created some space in your overall memory map. So I've managed to claw back quite a lot by doing a lot of refactoring here, and I think I may be able to go further. Anyway, let's just launch this. It'll be interesting to see, this bit here. You can see how these letters flip in. I've forgotten how to do it now. There we go. Yep. If it's too loud, please tell me. Good God, why is that so loud? There we go. That's weird. It's like it seems to default to being loud. Right, please just tell me, is that too loud as it is, or do you want me to reduce it a little bit? The great John Zini evening. Can you hear me over that, or does it need to be like, I don't know, 20% quieter or 50% quieter? Loud, yes. Is it still too loud? Joe Sim says, fine. I just don't want to be having to scream over it. If you can hear me over that as it is now. Mercury Vapor says too loud. So hard to know. It's like when you one person's a little bit loud, not too overpowering, but it's still a bit too loud. Okay, let's just try pull it down a little bit. Let's see if that's any better. Still sounds pretty loud, but let's just see if I can adjust it here. No, I can't. Because it's doing desktop capture for the mic, so it's the two together there. But I can just reduce it a tiny little bit more there. Let's try that. Right, how's that? Testing. If you could just let me know what that... Oh, hang on, come off it now. Yeah, if you could let me know what that's like. I'll just reset that actually. Yeah, so the way those letters are fading in, it's just a palette change, as I say. But at the point in time, that image is no longer in the main part of the RAM, it's just, what's displayed. And I think you can change. I could be wrong there, actually. Let's just check that. I hope the volume doesn't max out again every time I restart it. Let's just see what happens. I bet it resets itself. Oh, that's going to get super annoying, isn't it? I wonder why it does that. Must be a bug somewhere. Anyway, let's just have a look at the code. I won't restart it, we'll just have a look here. Title screen. I'm just curious whether I'm talking rubbish or whether I've got some weird thing where they're overlapping and somehow it works. Yeah, so it does the fade palette stuff. Yeah, that's where it does the palette change. Yeah, those are the actual palette changes as it goes through each letter. Yeah, you see, TGI Sprite does the blip. I don't understand how the music is not clashing with it. That's really strange. I never noticed that up until I looked at it before when I just mentioned it on the stream. Because look, you can see the. Hang on, yeah, the music row data is at 17 FF. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh no, that title screen's in. Oh, hang on, maybe title screen's somewhere else. Just let's have a look. See which block it's in. Code 1 row data. I honestly don't know how that's working as it is. But anyway, somehow that works. I don't know how. Right, let's start it. So I've done some small subtle changes to the colour of things here, and what I wanted to do ultimately is to change the text, because we're using the basic functionality built in CC65 to output text, and it's like a fixed font. It's a bit like developing a game on the C64, right, and using the built-in font on the C64. Do you know what I mean? The one from Basic. It's a little bit like that. I don't like it. The stuff down here where it says like A, B, and 1, that's obviously drawn on an image. But ultimately, I'd like to do my own font, I think, because it just makes it look a bit better. So yeah, let's just start. So I haven't changed anything here, but I have added the sample part. I might not be able to hear it now, it might be too quiet after this. Yeah, I'm not sure if you could hear that, because it is quite quiet. And it also shows who the alien has killed. What I think I'd like to do to improve that, if I just reset that and just run that through again. Change that to medium. Skip that. Yeah, where it says Dallas there, maybe have that crossed out, but also the image of the alien there, that'd be a good candidate to scale it, wouldn't it? If I started it a bit small and scaled it into the screen. The other thing I was thinking of adding to that at the same time, I don't think you can pause that screen, but where you've got the alien's jaw open, I'm thinking about adding some bits of slime, like I could stretch it. That's quite a good way of utilising the scaling again. I'll just get like a couple of strips of, I don't know, 1 or 2 pixels, colour them a few different shades of the white and grey, and then I can like stretch it out by using the scaling in a couple of places, different speeds maybe, and it would kind of look like the aliens like slavering all over the screen. That would be quite cool. But that screen appears whenever someone dies now. So other than having done a lot of optimization on this, I've just done a few small things. Let's see if we can find the carrier. The other thing I'd like to do is add a room into the computer room there. What I mean by that is the image changes when you go into the Narcissus. I can't even say it. The Narcissus, the escape pod. And I wanted to do one for the computer room. And then if I've got enough RAM, oh look, the alien's there already. The menu deliberately displays that way, by the way, when there's too many menu options. Oh, he's found the cat box, that's good. That was a bit of a good look. Yeah, the alien doesn't always attack. It depends whether it sees you. So in that case there, it didn't see me, it's like wandered off. It's probably going to be in the next room, isn't it? No, it's not. Just seeing what other objects we've got here, what other items. You can only hold 2 items at once. You can see if I choose use, you can choose to use the incinerator or the cat box. Right now I want to go and see if we can catch Jones actually. So let's go back to an. Oh, hang on. Brett is attacking Brett, look. Let's see if there's any weapons or anything here. Oh, again, it hasn't attacked him. So I need to spend a lot of time testing this because I've done that many changes. I mean, I really have. The code has changed significantly. Let's just go back to chat. Sparks and Zeros higher. I have the cassette tape version for the C64. Yeah, I do as well now. The coder, hey, how's things going, buddy? Hi, hope you're doing well. Your channel seems to be doing really well, actually. I do enjoy watching the PS5 repairs and things you do. Someone said, so this is Alien, not Aliens. That's correct, yeah. Everything you're doing is so over my head. Over mine, even though called Code Bomberman 3 on the NES, and I'm only a developer. Didn't know you were a coder, mate. Yes, yeah, that's been the majority of my career, actually. So, yeah, he's not too much damage. Just how long has that alien been attacking him? This is a thing. This is what I need to check for, because I'm not sure whether everything is working exactly as it should be. Anyway, let's just focus on what I was trying to do, which was take Ash. Just looking for tracker as well, see if we can find the motion tracker. If you find the motion tracker, it's obviously really useful to help you find the alien, but also Jones the cat. Because right now that's all I'm focused on, is trying to find Jones. In fact, let's just drop the incinerator. Is there anything else? Oh, there's the tracker. That's a stroke of luck. Right, so it's beeping here. Yeah, I hope the volume's not too quiet or too loud. Yeah, he's about to die, isn't he? His health is yellow. What we'll do is just move some of these other characters around. I know I'm not really explaining this. I've shown this on videos before if you want to know more about it. The main functionality here is not really any different. So I've just optimised it a bit. It's a little bit more efficient. Oh, there's the cat. Oh, I need to use the cat box now. Yeah, Jones is around here somewhere. Let's go that way, see if he turns up. No, maybe he went this way. Oh, there he is. Oh, I've gone into the other room now. This is the problem. When you're trying to catch the cat, it's the same with the alien actually. If the alien runs off, you kind of got to wait a second, because if they move, you could go the wrong way, kind of thing. Do you see what I mean? It's like Jones has gone somewhere else now. Has he gone up to the next deck? He was in here, wasn't he? Just go back there. There he is. Get Jones. Jones caught. Yeah, so I don't know whether you can see, that was just like a little thing that I added just before the stream here. I thought, wouldn't it be good if you could tell whether Jones was in the cat box? So, yeah, I made the cat box randomly wobble by 1 pixel each way. I did have another thought there. The tracker, obviously, you can use that for two things. You can use it to find the alien, but you can also, in fact, let's just put the tracker back on. You can also use it to find Jones, because if you've got the alien nearby or Jones nearby, it will just bleep, once. But if both of them are within range, it bleeps twice as fast. But it did cross my mind that using the shaking cat box there, you could actually use that as a tracker. So in other words, it doesn't shake, but when you're in the range of the alien, then the cat box starts to shake. That could be something that I do. I don't know whether I can be bothered, but I forgot what I'm doing now. Yeah, let's just see what's happened with Brett. Is he dead yet? No, he's not. That's the other thing, is when their health goes critical, there's a flee sort of thing where characters can automatically just run off into a nearby room, so the alien can still follow them though. I think that's what's just happened there. So he's about to die probably. Let's just let him die. It should cut to the that screen we saw after the intro, where it pops up and it shows you who's dead. I just need to think of a way, let's say, to tweak that, maybe to add some scaling on it, and also something to do with the text. I don't know, maybe a way to highlight the person that's just died, because at the moment this is just like a list that forms, as you can see. We've got Brett, Dallas, and obviously you get that sample played every time that happens. So Brett's dead. The other thing I was thinking of doing as well, I want to try and do it on this live stream, but I think I need to go away and get GIMP installed on this PC actually, because I need that to manipulate the image. But I was thinking of having a heartbeat monitor, so you can hear their heartbeat, and the heartbeat follows their condition, the status, the morale. So like Kane's confident. Yeah, it's beating quite slow. Once you either take some damage or your morale drops. And how does the morale drop? Well, if you go into a room where there's a dead body, your morale plummets. It drops a fair bit. But also, everything in the environment affects your morale. If the alien comes in a room and you're on your own, your morale takes a sharp drop as well. If there are other people in the room, your morale goes up. If you go into a room where there's other people, your morale will go up. If you pick items up, like weapons and things, your morale will go up. And all of that obviously factors into the battle as well. So you've got 3 people in a room, and they've all got weapons. They're going to have a lot easier time doing damage to the aliens. So there's quite a lot of complexity in there, believe it or not. It seems like a really, really simple game, but as I said when I've done the previous video, I've tried to put a lot of complexity in there behind the scenes to make it really playable across the different difficulty levels. I'm just moving some of these characters around. It's not crashed yet, so all of the changes I've done seem to be good so far. Just catching up with some of the chat. Various people talking about the Coder streams. Check out his channel. He repairs the PlayStations and Xboxes, all the modern stuff. Crazy Logic 007 best thing, your stream popping up reminding me to get on Amazon order parts for GBS control. Yeah, I need to order so many parts. By the way, I've got 2 jumpers on. If you've not already worked out, with the gas going up in the UK, I'm still cold here, even though it's been fairly warm today. So yeah, I've started wearing 2 jumpers in the house. Can you get this? If so, where can I find it? Yeah, I think it's already on one of my Atari Lynx videos there. I think there are a few I've done on Alien, but obviously this is updated now, so I've done quite a lot of changes to this, including the samples and stuff, and the cat box wobbling, and lots of other small things. If a fire starts, I've added a sound effect for that as well. Now you see I couldn't do that before because I had no space for anything, and technically you can probably add 1 or 2 more sound effects yet as well. So I'm just looking who's still alive. Let's just move them around here. Go see if we can fix the that cat carrier. It's so funny. Yeah, let's go and get a spanner and see if we can fix the airlock. Because that was something else I did in the version that was released, actually just before that last version was released, and that was to add damage to various things. So like the shuttle gets damaged. I think that happens on every difficulty actually, so you have to repair it in order to use it. Let's just drop the tracker. Yeah, there's only a fire extinguisher and a tracker there. Oh, pressed the wrong button. Oh, didn't want to do that. Let's go down there. So of course, there's 3 floors of the ship. You can go up and down the 3 floors if you go to where the stairs are. You can also go into the vent system as well, so you can see this says replace grill, bottom right hand corner there. There's a little icon that's open. If I press that, you can see there's the grill thing on top of it, so I know I've closed that grill. But what we do know is the aliens being around here. If I open that grill, I can go move, and then when you use the direction pad here, if you move to the same room, that indicates you're going into the vents, the grill. So I could improve the graphics on this as well. This was like straight from the C64 with these little tunnel things like a schematic. I could add an interesting, I don't know, some sort of animation or a different screen there when the alien comes up against you in the tunnel as well. That might be quite cool. I always think of that. Do you remember that moment in the movie where Dallas is down that tunnel, and then you just see the tunnel? Yeah, I could do that quite well with scaling maybe, and then the alien just comes out of the shadow, doesn't he? Like straight at him, and that's the end of Dallas. So you can navigate all the way around all 3 floors of the map through the tunnel system. Let's come out of there, move to the grill. But I was never really happy with the way that the tunnel system works. That is just like the C64 version, only different colours. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's go in there. I was going to try and find a spanner, wasn't I? So I've got to look at chat again. Clayman, I had a Lynx back in the day, loved it, connected it to the wall, but the batteries have lasted minutes. Yeah, the batteries were terrible on the Lynx, weren't they, really? It's like, I think I used to get like rechargeables and I was lucky if I got an hour out of it, I think. I think rechargeables these days are a bit better. I'll show you what I've got here. I've got a video coming up on this at some point, I just need to edit it. I don't know if you can see that, let me just have a look at the stream window. Yeah, there you go. So it's a Game Boy, not Game Boy, Game Gear. You can say it's a Sega battery pack. It uses an RC battery, the sort of ones you get radio controlled cars. See the aliens attacking him there, look. And I've just put, it has this wire for the Game Gear, and I added an extra one for Lynx. So I just use it with that. I could try it on that in a minute. I haven't made sure it works on the actual Lynx yet. It should do that. The version of Handy I'm using is quite accurate. Generally, if it works on Handy, it'll work on the real hardware. RJ and Dave made an epic console. Lynx, yeah. Blaine Locker, hi there. I think I've seen some Amiga vids. The stream popped up on my homepage. Can you catch me up on what's going on? Yeah, we're just looking at some of the changes I've done to this game. I haven't really touched it since 2013-ish. Well, let's just see if we can get... Oh, there we go, Spammer. Let's just move him away. One thing I'm concerned about with this, with the updates I've done, you see, it didn't do much damage to him, did it? I don't know whether there's a bug there where the alien's not capable of doing as much damage as normal. I don't know how long that alien was on screen, but like, in terms of attack, it's not doing much against him, is it? So I need to pay a lot of attention to that, I think, in testing. Let's go to the mess. What I want to do is get the alien away from me. Let's see if I can open the airlock, perhaps. I need to repair it first. So, as I was saying before, certain things within the ship... Oh god, the alien won't leave me alone. Is... let's choose use spanner. Yeah, use the spanner to repair damage. Once you've got the spanner as your selected item, you can repair the damage. So, damage in this room here, it says 46% in the bottom right down there. And what I was trying to say is, certain things in the ship you can interact with. If there's any damage in that room, you can't interact with them, it'll tell you. It'll say systems... in fact, let's see what it says. I can't believe it says now. If I try and open the airlock. Yeah, systems damaged. So, yeah, we've got to repair that before we can use the airlock. It's the same with the self-destruct. It's the same with the Narcissus, the escape shuttle. The damage is not usually as high as that, 44%. I think on this difficulty, it's probably somewhere like, I don't know, 10 or 15%. It doesn't take very long to repair. But you see there's a, bottom right there, there's a skull. That indicates that someone died in here. That was one of the other characters earlier. In fact, where are we? Corridor 6. Let's just... Oh, there it's Brett. It was when Brett died before. And of course that's affecting my morale. You can see he's terrified. Anyway, let's just try and repair that. I'm also waiting to see if a fire starts, because I added a sound, just a simple tone type sound for fires. Let's just try and move some of these people nearer to where the alien was. So of course the aim is to obviously kill the alien. There are very few weapons. There are some electric prod, looks like a taser. That's what he's got in his hand at the moment, actually. Oh, let's just see what that is. Incinerator. Let's use the incinerator. Yeah, so you have two items. It's not very clear there. The right hand one, it kind of blurs into the background a bit. I'm wondering whether I should put a background behind that, something that stands out so you can actually see the actual item. Yeah, so you can only use the item that's in the left hand slot, is what I was trying to say there. Let's just move some of these down here. Move Parker to the next floor, I think. Move Ripley to the next floor as well. Yeah, when there's lots of menu options, do you see that? Just watch, it'll change now actually. When you've got more menu options than you can fit on the screen, it moves it up to the top. The alien's attacking someone there, look. Yeah, do you see it go up to the top? and then obviously when you've got enough menu options to fit on the screen, it fits them on the screen. I couldn't think of any other way to do that really. One interesting thing I noticed tonight actually while I was trying to test some of the code, what I was trying to do is whenever you get damaged, to show in red text somewhere, maybe over the icon of the character, the amount of damage you've took. You know, if you think of like some of these MMO games where you get like little health amounts popping up like they float, you know, a little, I don't know, -10, -10, -10, you use some sort of buff and it goes +10 in green or something. I was thinking of doing that so that you could get a visual indication of how much health your character is losing. And the same when you heal yourself, because you can heal yourself. One of the changes I added to this ages ago was to use the infirmary to heal yourself slowly. It's taken a while to repair. Look, 20% damage. And not all actions take the same amount of time. Repairing, if you watch that, yeah, that doesn't too bad. But repairing and healing take a lot longer than anything else. A move from one room to another. There we go. Someone's died. I don't know who it was. I mean, it listed them all there, but it's just killed someone else. And hopefully, hang on. We've got the cat, haven't we? If we could tell you what, how many characters we got? We got Ash, Parker, Ripley. We've got 4. We need somebody else to die, and then maybe we can try and escape in the shuttle. Let's see if we can kill someone. Tell you what, let's get him to the shuttle. Yeah, let's not bother with the airlock. Oh, it's coming for me now. Oh no, I don't want to attack it with a spanner. You can attack it with a spanner, it doesn't do very much damage though. Right, let's go there. Down to the next floor. Oh, that's in the vents, I don't want to do that. Down. Right, move Ripley to the shuttle. Parker to the shuttle. Now I think, I'm just casting memory, I think if you've got all 3 characters in the shuttle and you're about to launch, the alien just miraculously appears in the shuttle. So I'm just going to move Ash to the right floor. I'm trying to think which floor is it. It's not that one, that's where he came up. It's that one. It's the next floor up from there. Because there's 2 main corridors here, where he's there and where he is now. Those are the 2 that go up or down to the next floors of the ship. So if I move him up to the next floor, there we go. It's down, sorry. That's why the arrow is pointing down. He's got Jones. So technically, if we repair the shuttle, let's just move someone out of the shuttle actually. I don't want all 3 in there, otherwise the alien's going to want to try and stop me and insta-peer. Yeah, so I've moved Parker out, I think. Just wait. Yeah, and over Parker's icon there, you see that red one? There's one other person in the room, and that's the thing. This whole thing about the more people in the room, the more defensive you are, the more better chances of attacking you have. And also there's a bottleneck situation. You can only have 2 of the people in the room. So if it says 2 there in red and you try and move someone else in there, they won't move. So I'll move him into the shuttle and we'll repair that. See if we can get Lambert to find where the alien is. I think he's on the floor above. Sorry, the floor above. I think that's where we left it, around where the airlock is. Right, let's replace the grill. Yeah, there's a tactic here, and as you go into each room, check the state of the grill. If the grill's open, you close it. Because then when you hear the grill noise, you can just look quickly at your characters, and if you see a grill that's missing, you know the alien's literally about to pop up. And it gives you a clue as to where the alien is. If you go into an area and all the grills are all closed, yet you can hear grill noises, you know that the alien is somewhere else on a different floor, perhaps. I'm not sure the alien is on this floor. Could be in the vents, though. Oh, there it is. Oh, see, we just moved away just as the alien came on screen. Let's close that grill. I want him to die, though, so let's just go back, see if we can find the alien. Come back to the shuttle, get him to repair damage. Oh, where's the alien? I mean, technically, if I go there, maybe it won't be able to get out. Oh, I've got the tracker. I can use that. Maybe it's down on the next floor. Let's go down. Sorry, I know it's not very exciting, this. It's literally just me testing it and having a bit of a waffle, really. Get the incinerator as well. I'm not detecting anything on the tracker here. Maybe it is on the floor above. It could have been to the far right. The tracker only works within a distance of so many rooms. You know, it's like 1 or 2 rooms. So if it's not in a nearby room, it won't sound. Oh, it's here. Let's just wait there. Go back to Ash. Repair damage. Yeah, it's going to pop up at any second, I reckon. It'll get him, hopefully. But the time limit, look at the time limit. We've got 15-4 something. The time is getting pretty close. Repair damage. Back to Lambert. And of course you get an android on this, don't you? Just like you do in the film. We don't know who the android is. The android could have died already. Right, let me choose attack. Let's choose use incinerator attack. Let's just go back there. That time limit is getting really short. Fair damage. Oh, I've just realised we need to set the self-destruct. Otherwise the alien wins. Attack. What I'm going to do is just, while he's repairing that, and he's not far off, I haven't done it now actually, I'm going to move Ripley down to set the self-destruct. Come on. You can also stack moves to a degree as well. Like I've chosen to move, and then I can do move again, and get ready with the cursor, and then as soon as I appear, you can do the next move. So like again, I'm moving the cursor around, and then I can move straight away. So you know, it kind of remembers the state of where you're up to there. Let's go back to Ripley. Auto-destruct. Right, that's the self-destruct set. 5 minutes. Override. And move it to the next floor. Hopefully he'll die in a minute. Where's Ripley? Has he finished? No, he's still got 5% damage on the shuttle. Oh, it's getting stressful. Hang on. He's repairing that. Ripley up to the next floor. Right, so that's just killed Brett. Oh, it's close this now. It's not crashed though, has it? Right. She's nearly at the shuttle. Is the shuttle repaired? Where's he gone? 5% damage still. Right, I'm going to keep her out of the shuttle just until I get that damage down. I can move Parker in, can't I? Because there's only one in the shuttle. That time limit though, 9:30. What's that, about a minute or something roughly, isn't it? 1% damage, repair the damage. I mean, I know I'm blowing my own trumpet to a degree here, but I tell you what, I get really heart pumping away and stuff when I play this. It's like, I really enjoy it. That's what I like about the original version. Right, so the damage is repaired. We've got the cat, the self-destruct set. Just need to move Ripley into the shuttle. And then hope we can launch. Hey! We've done it. Yeah. Didn't get any fires there, did we? So I can't tell whether that fire thing's working. That's interesting. See how the screen's like offset to the right? That shouldn't be happening. That's a bug. What's supposed to be shown there is the Earth. So the Nostromo is destroyed, 3 crew survived. Alien is dead. Brett was an android. Well, that's convenient, isn't it? We let the alien kill Brett there just before the end. I knew it. I knew he was an android. He deserved it. So I've definitely got one bug there to have a look at to work out why that image is not correct. let's just close that down. Let's just have a quick look to see if I can work out what might have caused that. Is it game over? Earth. Yeah, that was it, I think. Load segment Earth. Oh. Yeah, so it's loading code in it. And then image Earth. Let's just see where image Earth says. Where can we find that? It's one of the make files, I think. It's going to be something simple, like it's loading the wrong segment. So yeah, there's no enhanced version. It's just a standard image there for both whether you play it in C64 Classic mode or whether you play it in the Lynx enhanced graphics. And that sits in Earth Rodea. Let's have a look at the game map here. Earth Rodea. Yeah, so that sits at 200. Which is where all of the main images reside, actually. I think when you first boot the Lynx, it puts some code, I think the bootloader at that address. But you see, once the game is booted up, I figured, well, let's just reuse that memory. We don't need it, and that does actually work because all the previous builds of this have worked that way. And other Lynx games I've done bits of development for as well. They work that way. So it's not like there's a problem there with that 200 address. I'm just not quite sure why it didn't change. And it was like to the side, wasn't it? It was like offset to the side, which is a bit strange. The mode's set correctly there. That can't clash, that segment, that code segment's a totally different address. I suspect it's because I've moved some code around here. In fact, there it is. It's now in a method called check game over. Previously, it was somewhere else. So I think probably the fact I've moved that, I need to have a look at the code that preceded that. But anyway, that should work. I don't know why it doesn't. I need to have a look at that. Right, let me just have a quick look at the chat, and I'm going to go and get something to eat, I think. If you've got any ideas for improvements and things, please let me know. Sinally Deluxe, add German law where taking e-waste is illegal and have a GTA element on top. Alien animation looks like he's scratching his piss. But anyway, I'm pleased I got the sample stuff working, and I might be able to add some more samples in yet. Is it possible to beat this game on a single charger battery on original hardware? Well, it is if you use one of these batteries, as I showed you. I'll get about 5 hours out of that. It's incredible how well that battery works. Gotta love Lynx. Too bad not many people actively proactively developing for it. Yeah, and I've got some plans to follow on. After the stuff I've done here, I've covered all bases really. I've done bits of everything. I've got the scaling stuff working. I've the segmentation stuff working properly. Optimization to a degree. There's a caveat. It's like if I developed this from the beginning with optimization in mind right from the start, there's so many things I would have done differently, actually. Modifying code done by Alison Shallis. No, I wrote this game in memory of Alison Shallis, actually. I wrote the whole lot from scratch myself. Tried to originally replicate the functionality of the C64 version, but at the same time I thought I want an enhanced version, so which is why on the menu, in fact I'll show you that, on the menu you can choose whether you want enhanced or the original C64, and actually it looks terrible on the C64. Let's just see if we can mute that volume again. I know it's too loud. There we go, minimise that. Yeah, so here, choose Classic, you get the C64 title screen. What I really wanted was the SID music, but unless we sample that, there wouldn't be enough space. This is the problem. I did that sample before for the the screen you've seen, and it's a really short sort of hiss that the alien does, and it was like 12k, and it's like, you know, it's only 8,000, you know, the, what's its name, sample rate, 8,000 bytes per second, isn't it? Yeah, it's, you know, it's 8 kilohertz, isn't it? And it's, you know, mono 8-bit. That's like 12k. So if you imagine trying to sample the whole of the original Sid music, you might be able to do it, because you know what, you've got you can go up to 2 meg of cartridge space on the Lynx, but I'd probably need to alter my code there, because at the moment I'm paging out of the cartridge into RAM and then playing the sample. What you really want to do is switch the addressing in such a way that you're looking at a chunk of the cartridge and stream, you know, play the sample from there, but then you need to probably swap the blocks over as you progress through the sample. You could do that. You could have like a huge 1 meg sample or something and have a 2 meg card. They're all ideas, but I mean, you know, I've got some other ideas for some of the screens and things I could add as well. You know, I was thinking of extending the intro a little bit, because we've got plenty of space. I think let's just check how big it is. I think it's 128k-ish. It might have just gone over 128k. Have a look at a release. 140k. So we've got plenty of space there, which is not bad, you know. But anyway, if I start that, yeah, so you get a different thing there. Oh, I'll tell you one thing I do need to do is this next screen here. Obviously it's using that background image, which is not really the right thing. It's just like a stationary picture of the normal alien, rather than a, you know, you'll see here. Yeah, so that just looks crap, doesn't it, on the C64 one? But look, it looks crap anyway. It's just exactly as it was on the C64. It's got the same palette and everything. I meticulously copied and cloned every single part of it there. The only thing that's different is, you know, I added different things in, like the different weapons and things. Anyway, you've seen enough of that, and I am starving, so let's just catch up with the chat. I'm going to get it off, I think. Is this a new homebrew game? No, it's an old homebrew game. I developed it in 2013. I'm just doing some updates to it. Evening Gadget, chat. Hi Spitfire RF. Sorry if I've missed anything you've said here. There's obviously been pages of messages here with stuff. Just not really been able to keep up with it. So I might push this version out, I don't know, at weekend, or when I've just had a bit more time to tweak a few things and stuff. Anthony down, wow, that's amazing, dude. Nice job, thank you. I didn't even try consider bank switching on my games. No thanks. It is quite fiddly. As I say, I spent more time messing with the switching of segments than anything else. And it's that point I mentioned earlier on, that if you know, sometimes you lose track of where you're at. You know, you swap a segment in and then suddenly you get a program counter problem and it just crashes and you're like, where did it go wrong? So you've really got to keep track of exactly which segments code are in, and then, you know, jumping from one segment to another, you need to make sure you've got a path to that without, you know, messing up your program counter. Right, thanks for watching, everybody. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. I'm sure you probably, some people probably didn't. I might do another stream at weekend. I'm not sure. It's on something else, maybe a Mega Drive or something. I've not done a Mega Drive stream in ages, have I? And I've just noticed all this time I've been to the side here. I think the camera's rotated a little bit. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.